Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm Glenn. I'm joined with Darren today. We're going to have a little chat about Liverpool Burnley. We're going to have a little chat about Thiago's injury. We're going to have a little chat about Szoboszlai and everything else that's going on, basically. But before we do that, Darren, how are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm probably just like you, sore throat. Something's going around that the plague again.
I know. Well, we were going to do this in the pub, weren't we? We were going to try and all get down the pub, but we're not feeling great. Delcross isn't feeling great either, so I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on, but hopefully we'll be back down the pub soon. But all right, mate. Before we get into the game, news come out today. It's a massive blow, but it feels like not of a massive shock as well. At the same time, Thiago unfortunately has had a setback, and it looks like he's going to be out again. What are your thoughts?
Poor bastard. People can make fun of him and call him a sick note and everything, but end of the day, he's a footballer and he wants to play football. You know, and it's sad because there's one hell of a player in there that he's been missed. When was his last game? Last April.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, wasn't
Last April. So he's been out a long, long time. He looked like he was coming back in like maybe October, I think, November. And then Klopp was like, we're gonna take it easy with him. Maybe they should have taken it more easy with him because I mean, 10 minutes of playing football, six passes, and you've got a muscle injury. So obviously either he rushed him back a week or two too early, I feel for him. But we all look at it like he's on massive wedge. And I mean, there will be no contract talk. He will be gone at the end of the season. Um, I think Saudi might be the best place for him. It's a bit more walking football. They've got a nice bit of wedge to retire on.
it?
But it's just a shame because I really would have liked to have seen. Well, I mean, we obviously don't know the extent of the injury until we listen to Klopp's presser tomorrow. Um, but I mean, if it's one where that's it, he doesn't play the rest of the season, he's going out on a not to sound a he's going out on a limp.
Hey,
Hey,
no,
hey,
I know
woo!
it is genuinely unfortunate, isn't it? Like everyone seems to get on the player back on not just Thiago, but like when you've got a player that's constantly injured, you seem to get on with them as if as if he can really do anything about it. It's just that sort of the same with Sturridge. I think when your body's sort of done and you're broken, um, a little bit like I think about Joe Cole as well. When we had Joe Cole, they're just they're done. They can't do it anymore, which is a massive shame because I honestly for about 18 months I think Thiago was just sensational. He was so good that 21-22 season. He was absolutely outstanding. And it is genuinely quite sad for him because he seems like a really lovely fella, doesn't he? But um,
But
yeah,
I'd have to say though, if he can't be on the pitch, he can be the voice in the dressing room as well, though. At least for the running, if we're still in all these four competitions, it's still good to have somebody of his experience to be able to talk to the squad as well. So,
he seems to be Nunes' man, doesn't he? He seems to want like you're constantly looking after Nunes. You always see different things about him.
someone needs to.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, it's 220 grand a week to look after Nunes, but
I like that job.
I know. Yeah, I
I'll
know.
be all right
It's just
with
you can barely speak English, so never mind Spanish.
that.
But all right, mate. Well, yeah, we'll move on. As I say, we're doing this on a Thursday afternoon, Boston time. So by the time this comes out, we'll probably will know a little bit more from Klopp about Thiago and Szoboszlai. There was a rumor today as well. I don't know how true it is that Gomez didn't train as well. So hopefully, it's nothing too serious. Seems like the noise about Szoboszlai is that it could be a month, it could be a few weeks that he's out for, and that'll be a huge blow if it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, he played, really, really well against Chelsea. It looked like he was the first month of the season, where he just hit the ground running and was everywhere playing fantastic football against Chelsea, fantastic. And then, we keep getting kicked in the balls over and over again. He's playing really well. Come back from a hammy, and now it sounds like he's redone the hammy. And it's frustrating because, I think our best midfield would be him, Maka, and Jones all day long.
Yeah.
And having a swap and change it, all the time is getting a bit frustrating. It's getting frustrating for us. Can't imagine being him and Klopp,
Yeah.
The day of, you're like, all right, I've got my midfield ready. What do you mean he's injured? Medical department calls the red phone line into Klopp's office. Yeah, sorry, not going to make it today.
Yeah.
The words that come out of his mouth you probably can't say on this podcast.
I think, well, we've had a few worse words on this podcast, but
all from you.
Of all the players that out of Salah, Nunez, and Szoboszlai, I think we probably missed him the most on Sunday. Just his pure size,
physicality,
his pace, and stuff like that. But anyway, let's have a little chat about the players that we think might play then. So we've got Burnley on Saturday. It's fair to say that, if you could pick any team, you could probably pick any team to play at home after a bit of a shite weekend. There's probably only Sheffield United that you may pick. But no, I don't know what I'd even say Burnley ahead of that, because the way they play, they try and have a little go, don't they, which you would think will play right into our hands, and it should be an easy day, shouldn't it?
Well, it should on paper. Should be routine win. The companies, they're scrapping at the relegation, so they're going to fight tooth and nail. I think company's going to set up very defensively.
They never do though, mate. They always try and try and play out a bit. And if this was Burnley of like 5 years ago, with Dyche big and strong and play for set pieces and
anti-football,
put the ball into the corner. Yeah, but at the same time, like that might get you a point where you might get beat 1-0. Where if they play really open against us, and I've seen them a couple of times try and play out from the back, and they're really awful at it. They don't do it very well. And like when we're on it, like against Chelsea, for example, we were absolutely dynamite, weren't we? So you would think it would be an easy. It should be quite comfortable afternoon for us.
Yeah, I mean, we need to put that wrong right, don't we? Because against Arsenal, I mean, that first half wasn't very good. We got lucky with the goal, but came out second half really good. But it was mistakes from players that you wouldn't really think make those mistakes. So I think that Virgil and Alisson will want to put it right. I think we're too strong for Burnley, and especially if we want to be in this title challenge, we have to beat these teams. That's it. From now until the end of the season, we've got to put our A game on.
Yeah, well, excuse me. I think Robertson's probably going to come back in, isn't he? I think it'd be good to get Trent another 60 minutes. He didn't look sharp or fully ready against Arsenal, so it'd be good to get him another game. You imagine Konsa would come in anyway. I know Canotti's suspended, so you think Konsa will come in. So I think it's a perfect game. I mean, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but it does seem like a perfect game for getting people minutes, playing players that haven't played. You'd think, what would you sort of do with a midfield? Would you bring Harvey in, and Harvey, Curtis, and McAllister, or Endo should be back in the squad as well. But I don't know if you'd want to start him.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had this conversation, didn't we? I mean, out of what we've got, I would love to have Endo, Maka, and Jones, and be able to put Maka forward more, which he's used to playing. But I don't think Klopp's going to do that.
Against these, though, do you think you need? Do you think you need?
I don't think you need to, and I just think that Klopp's probably going to look at that and go, I don't want Maka and Endo on the same pitch at the same time, just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Because we are kind of dwindling in midfield. I don't know, because Endo's just come back, and we've got a week before we play Brentford as well, which is good. So yeah, maybe Maka, Jones and Harvey. I know it's young. Or I mean, do you give Grav another go?
I know it's one of them, innit? It's a bit like,
because he needs confidence.
he needs a bit, yeah, he does. He needs a bit of consistency, but I think I'd probably. I mean, the thing with Harvey is Harvey doesn't get that many starts,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like he when he does get starts, it's like in the cup games or it's when the teams are like totally changed. So I would do Harvey myself. I think having Endo back in, it's gonna be dead handy because like there'll be games where even if they don't play together, where it might get to 60, 70 minutes, and then you can say, like McAllister will come off, we'll get Endo in, and then we can sort of manage his minutes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Front three, you think Nunes will come back in?
I think he has to. I do.
Who for? Who do you think will miss out?
Gakpo.
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think we just need to get back to winning ways, and that front three for me, Diaz, Nunes, and Jota are the way to go. Gakpo's been off the boil for a while, but again, yeah, I mean, is this a game where you do put Gakpo back in to get more confidence, to get more time?
Yeah.
But at the moment, points are what we're looking for. We need to kill off these teams like early.
Yeah, I know we've spoke about the players that we don't have, but we do also. I mean, hopefully you're in a situation where 60-minute. I mean, 60-minute mark. If you've got 3-4 players that you can change, where you can maybe bring your Gakpo on, you can maybe bring your Gravenberg on, you can maybe bring Endo on, and on the flip side, if you need to maybe get some of your younger lads on,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Bradley might come on, maybe Trent might play 70 minutes, Bradley might get 20 minutes, and then you can maybe even look to bring on like a Bobby Clark,
Mm-hmm.
Pardon?
Connell.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just an option, isn't it? That you do have different people that, over the next 4 or 5 weeks, you would hope that those players are going to get some minutes in as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at our next 4 on paper, we should be winning those. I think Burnley will give their all, but I just think they're way too good for them. We're top of the league still, and we're there for a reason, because we've actually started to. We've not done very well against the top 6, to be honest, but we've done the job against the 10th and below, which we had a problem with the season before. So yeah, we should dispatch Burnley, but you know how that goes.
No, I mean, I know you don't do them, but I'm going to go for Liverpool 4-0. I think it's going to be quite an easy one, and it's good now because we've got like a bit of a run, like you're saying there. We've got a bit of a run now leading up to the cup final, so it'd be nice to maybe get a couple of forwards on the score sheet, and fingers crossed we can. I mean, we'll probably find out more at this press conference tomorrow, but hopefully we might hear more about Salah coming back as well, because for me, if we can get him and Szoboszlai back for that cup final, or at least the game, at least maybe the Luton game before it, where they
Yeah.
get some type of minutes.
Or if they're in the match day squad, even if they're on the bench for the cup final,
Yeah,
I still think will be a massive boost for the team.
yeah, 100%.
And to bring those two on, when Chelsea are getting leggy,
Yeah,
will be massive for us. But with the squad we have now, we should be able to, get through these next 4 or 5 matches up until the cup final, and then we'll see. But as you say, we'll hear more from Klopp in the presser tomorrow. So, fingers crossed. Like even Tsimikas should be back
soon.
pretty soon. So
Yeah,
we should have, everybody apart from like Thiago and Bajcetic. Obviously,
keep forgetting about him. To be fair, he's been out pretty much. He's been pretty much out for the whole year, hasn't he?
Yeah, but that's growing pains,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Klopp puts it. He's shot up like from 5 foot like 8 to, or 5'9" or whatever he was, to like 6 foot something. So you got to be careful with the kids like that. But yeah, we've got what? How many extra supporters in the stadium as well?
Yeah,
Opening up the full top tier, which is that's really good. So 61,000.
it's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it is mental. I wish it was
It's
like
absolutely mad.
80,000, 90,000.
I know, yeah,
You know, I just
100%.
don't. I just don't know how many tiers you can put on Anfield.
I know, yeah. My mate was in there the other day. And he texted me and said, "I'm sure this Anfield Road doesn't feel safe to me."
Yeah.
So, yeah, it sounded very good. But no, it'll be good. I mean, more people in the ground, the better, isn't it? I mean, I remember, Jesus Christ, I remember back end of Hodgson sort of time. We there was some games where we didn't even get 40,000
Mm-hmm.
in the stadium. It sounds so crazy to say that now, because you would think Liverpool would sell out 80,000 every single week. But yeah, no, it's really exciting, and we're getting close. That cup final seems to be just sort of. It felt like it was a while away, but now that cup final's sort of creeping up now as well, isn't it? It's gonna be really exciting
I
to.
know. It's great to be in another cup final. Maybe not against Chelsea. I would have rather have played some other team, but it is what it is. I just think a chance at silverware. People call it the Mickey Mouse Cup. I don't care. It's silverware for me. And it breeds confidence.
Everyone seems to diminish it, and like, you might get people who will say that, but as soon as you're in the semi-final, everybody wants to win it. Do you know what I mean?
And as soon as you're in the final, everyone wants to go.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Weird how that works out.
Ask anyone that's in the ballot right now. There's a lot of people that are in the ballot that are sweating on tickets that haven't got one and whatnot. But anyway,
well done, Keith, for getting a ticket. Well done, Jeff, for getting a ticket.
Did they get one in the ballot?
Yeah.
Get one in the ballot?
I don't think Keith did. Jeff did. Keith just went on Facey and did crocodile tears.
But he does it every year, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, my mate's got one, and they've got two waiting in the ballot, so they didn't get very lucky, really. But anyway, we'll leave it there. We'll have loads more going on. We're going to start getting back down to the pub and start getting these out a little bit more regularly now. Where we had having a bit of a joke and saying we've not done as many pods recently and got down the pub and whatever. And this looks like such an amazing season, where last year we did so many pods and it was the absolute dog shit of a year. So we're gonna try and get out and do a few more in the pub as well. So we'll leave that one here. If anyone's got any predictions, make sure you put that in the comments as well. Like, subscribe, get us on all the socials, and we will see you soon. So cheers, Darren. See you later, mate.
Nice one.
Bye bye.